and a level 9. So 570 mana at level 9 is not too much, not asking too much, especially when you have a power threat here. So the item that the Lion's going to be getting next will be the Blink Dagger. Notice how he's just saving up gold. And one thing this Lion really needs to do is pick up a teleport scroll. Even though he's going to be sitting mid a lot of time, he really needs to help out the lanes if his carries is getting ganked. It doesn't matter if you have a really farm line, if your Draw Ranger or Kunkka is getting really shitty lane. As we see a Stormstrider getting ganking mid, since the Lion's just free farming mid, there's not much to talk about. Not really interesting to look at the last hit here. And so we see the Kunkka getting ganked bot. So checking out how the solo mid Stormstrider is farming. Solo mid Stormstrider is only getting 27 creep kills, as this Lion is at 47 creep kills. So he is really outlaning Stormstrider. Stormstrider is just getting basically every single creep kill in the lane, and that's just pretty insane considering a Lion. We generally don't see a Lion having this much CS here, as he just missed one earlier, but it doesn't matter. Lion is sitting at 1900 gold, and let's see, there is going to be a race to Invis Rune, and the Stormstrider will get there. He is going to pull and getting the kill. No, he gets Voodoo here, but wow, nice little trades of stuns here. If anything, they did force the Stormstrider to waste a lot of his mana, and since Witch Doctor already expended a lot of his own mana and not much health here, he's going to go back to base. And now a lot of players sitting at 1940 gold, a lot of players would just wait for the 200 more to get the Blink Dagger. But notice what this Lion is going to do. For sure he's going to pick up TP scrolls, exactly what he does here. Yeah, he even picks 2 up TP scrolls. It doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter if you're solo farming the Lion pretty well. You gotta help out your team. As you see here, he's gonna be porting in. This Vengeance is gonna do some baiting here. This Lion is staying back. It is nighttime, so creep vision is very low, and he's sitting in a very defensive spot here. So there is gonna be a Crystal Maiden coming in here, and that Crystal Maiden is gonna be up for a Rude Awakening, as they gonna focus on the Vengeful Sphere. Without the Crystal Maiden burst damage, they should be okay. This Lion is gonna be going very offensively. Witch Doctor should back up, because again, Lion is a very high burst damage. He will have mana for both Impale and Finger of Death. I think his Finger of Death is off of cooldown, and Witch Doctor just got Finger, so he would not have enough mana for another Voodoo. So I mean, every little bit things like this you gotta just keep in mind, especially when you're on the other team facing against a Lion. And one good thing that a lot of pro player does is that they check the mana on the other enemy heroes. So I guess they didn't check the mana on the Lion there, because Lion was sitting around 500 mana or so, where he definitely had enough mana for his entire combo. And because of that, Lion I think got 2 kills out of that. Killed the Crystal Maiden and the Witch Doctor. Will pick up Kellen's Dagger, and now he's gonna be very dangerous. And you might be thinking, you know, what does a Demon Witch does? What does a Demon Witch do now? He has picked up the Blink Dagger. He has picked up the Intreads. Of course, he is going to be holding TP scrolls all the time. His job now is to gank, and gank very heavily. That's how I would see it. But again, I'm not sure if that's the EHome's game plan. Maybe they do want their Witch Doctor to pick up a point booster or a BKB. Generally, BKB on Blink heroes, Blink Dagger heroes, is not all too uncommon. As we see, the Stormstrider just kind of ran back, burst back, just seeing the line here and the Venomancer here. That this means that if you're thinking very smart, this means that the Stormstrider has vision on this side. So I'm going to look at real fast an observer view. Of course, there is a observer ward here. So these are just a little bit of information that you could gather, just you know, by how the other players are playing this game. So a little bit recap: Stormstrider just blink back immediately, noticing that there is a Lion coming in. So because knowing that, they know that there is a observer ward. So I'm not sure if that ward is going to be countered pretty quickly. But again, it's good to know where your enemy has wards, because of course you're going to try to avoid them next time into a more successful gank. And speaking of which, this Lion's kind of just running around looking for an opportunity to gank. Let me see if his Finger of Death is on cooldown yet. No, it's not. So he's going to be roaming around. I mean, at this time, he is very significantly higher level than his other teammate. if you look at the screen, like no one's really high level enough. As we see, probably engagement at mid lane. Venomancer pop his ultimate. You can see his lines patiently waiting on the side. He is not gonna jump in against 4 hero, of course. He's gonna wait for a better opportunity. These guys gonna heal up. We do see Lion coming in here. And we do see a storm hasting through it. That storm, oh, he does have an Invis, so this line is going to be trouble. Combining really well Torn with the Kunkka. The ship was not needed, but they did definitely pick off the Storm Spirit. So the patience of the Witch Doctor paying off. Meanwhile, the Scourge trying to their way to push mid lane, but there is Venomancer. A lot of Venom wards being put down. That is level 4 Plague Wards, I believe. Yeah, that is definitely level 4 Plague Wards. 42 piercing damage. Very, very good. So we see the Storm Spirit, not Storm Spirit, Demon Witch still keeping a teleport scroll. From now to the remainder of the game, you will always see a TP scroll on the Demon Witch. The only time you won't ever see him with a TP scroll is if he gets a BLT, which is very unlikely, or if he just used a TP scroll. And if you've been watching very clearly, Pink just popped out on this on the minimap for a split second, and one of his teammates already pinged there madly to tell the Draw Ranger to go back. So this is a level of the map awareness that the Chinese players have. And now with the level 11 Lion, his Finger of Death will cost 420 mana, so the mana cost just went up very, very insanely. A lot of the Lion players, you really have to keep in mind that when you turn level 11, level 16, your Finger of Death mana cost just shoots up through the roof here. And now it's cost 400. Oh my god, he's going to get ganked. Nice swap by the Vengeful Spirit. He's not going to just run, of course. They're going to focus on the Vengeful Spirit, and they are going to, because of that, Lion is going to salve up immediately. Notice how he turns back because he's not being focused. He is not going to run here, and he's going to go for this line. Keep in mind, he does have a blink dagger. Blinks up for the Crystal Maiden. 2 more hits, gets off the Crystal Maiden here, and he is now going to run. He might be in trouble. Now, one thing about Lion is that you should not panic as a Lion player with the blink dagger. Just wait for your blink to cool down, and you will be okay. Now, they're not going to chase because his teammate's coming in. Now, the Lion will be blinking back in, and they're going to focus on the Alchemist. Alchemist in a little bit of trouble. Alchemist will get impaled here, and that is the death here. I mean, if you look at the way the Lion is playing, is that he is not panicking at all. Especially the gank early lane where he got gripped by the invisible Storm Spirit and the Crystal Maiden. He returned kill on the Crystal Maiden. Right there, he just got ganked by the Storm Spirit, and once again, thanks to a little bit of help from his Vengeful Spirit, he got swapped out. And then even he got swapped out, a lot of more amateurish player would just run back to base, like being scared as shit, and leave the Venge there to die. But the Lion player instead stuck around, salved up immediately. That was some quick salving from him, and then just turned back and blink up very aggressively against the Crystal Maiden, knowing that he will get a kill here. And it looks like the Lion is going to pick up a Magic Wand, a little bit late Magic Wand, but definitely not a bad item to pick up because, of course, he is going to be facing a lot of spells and nukes thrown around, in team fights. So that is a lot of mana. I think 255 to be exact, to be gained, and 255 HP to be gained. So 255 mana, around 200-ish mana is another cast for a Lion. So that's very, very important to have a Magic Wand. Of course, a bottle is a other alternative here. Bottle does cost a little bit more, and keep in mind the bottle doesn't recharge a lot of mana. I believe only only recharge 70 mana, or is it 75 mana? But you have to keep in mind that you use looks like there is going to be a gank on the Lion again. They really want the Lion. It's probably another swap on the Lion, but unlucky pounce, and this Lion is going to be dying. But again, if you're dying, unleash all your spells before you die, and this Lion doing a very good job of that. There was really no way for him to live through that. Both players did whatever they can to save the Lion's life. Unfortunately, the Scourge just definitely wanted the Lion kill. The Lion is sitting at 6-1 and 2, so Lion doing a very good job. He is getting a lot of the kills, but they don't really mind that too much EHome wise, because he is going to be going for a quick BKB. Lion is sitting at 400 something gold. I think I saw Ogre Axe on him earlier. Yeah, so he's definitely going for BKB here. Again, as a Lion player, generally should not panic. You gotta be in control a lot of time. And again, the Lion player just did X there, knowing that he was gonna die, just unleashed the combo all on that Witch Doctor there. He did not get the kill, but the Vengeful Spirit did pick up a kill there. So good job there. And So I haven't stressed enough. So far, a little bit of recap. What's happening so far is that as a line solo mid player, you gotta have really good mana management, and you definitely have to have a lot of you gotta have a lot of balls when you're playing line. He is a very much a glass cannon. I mean, in the very definition of glass cannon, he has very low armor, very low HP, and I mean he has a blink dagger and a crazy damage nuke. So he is definitely a glass cannon. Looks like this EHome leading by line is going to be trying to gank the Alchemist on top lane. I'm not too sure how the warding is on the Scourge so far, so this Alchemist might be backing off. Yeah, he is backing off at this point, seeing this. And I think with this, the Sentinel could push. They don't have any vision of this tower here. They probably need a ward back, but let's see how this plays out. Venge providing vision to the right with his terror. One thing about line is, especially after you pick up your blink dagger, vision is very important for a blinking line, or for any blinking hero for all that matter, because the last thing you want as a blinking line jumping in is finding yourself jumping in amongst 4 heroes and just getting chain stun barbecue death. And because of this line, not lying, the Vengeful Spirit and the Venomancer has been doing a great job providing sight for his entire team. Of course, they both could do it through wards, but of course the Terror does give a lot of sight, and the Venom wards. You can see this Venomancer just placing wards everywhere he go, and those wards give a great amount of vision. And because of and they push really well too, and because of his teammates doing a nice job providing a vision, Lion is gonna have a lot easier time in terms of blinking in and doing a lot of damage. So now we're transitioning more of a mid-game team fight, and it's very important for a Lion. Because you are a glass cannon, you are a quick burst damage. You have to choose your target very carefully. I have to say the best time here to focus the hero is gonna be on the Necrolite or on the Storm Spirit, because those two heroes could wreak a lot of havoc if they're not dead very quickly. You do see a Storm Spirit pushing on the bottom lane. Let's see if they're gonna trade for tower or they're gonna back here. Looks like they will be backing. Everyone's teleporting out on the minimap like crazy. This Lion's gonna be still roaming around. Again, full mana, all spells on cooldown, and will be ganking on the Rampage. Let's see who he's gonna find here. Absolutely no one, but it doesn't really matter that much. Again, keep in mind that he is still a level 2 line. If you type -MA or just look at the screen, look at his level advantage compared to Witch Doctor and Crystal Maiden. So if they ever meet up in the jungle or something like that, that line is gonna have a field day fingering someone. And we all know fingering people with line is like crazy stuff, good stuff. So now this Line is just roaming around. Notice how he is keeping a very close range with this Kunkka here, and you know, spotting rune, always good to do. Haven't spawned yet, so yeah, he's one thing with the blinking Line is that after this, your gear is pretty much set. Of course, you want to have a BKB, but it's generally better to protect your carry here, as he is, you know, just following his carry around, not really stealing the CS or whatever, but just more or less, you know, staying safe, keeping this carry safe and whatnot. So, again, as look to the Line, gonna be focusing a lot of his spells on the Storm Spirit and the Necrolite, because on the other team, these two heroes are gonna be the pain in the neck to deal with. Now, one thing this Lion player have to watch out for is gonna be the Acid Spray from the Alchemist, because that spell is a huge AOE, and it does cancel out Dagger for your Demon Witch. So you never want to have your Dagger cancelled, because you spent a lot of time rushing it. So, looking at the how the other team doing, we do see a couple illusions from this Crystal Maiden. And I think with this, I think everyone needs TP back to defend this top lane. I don't think they're in any position to rosh yet. And nice little no creep. That is like 20 something speed increase, or it's a 10%, something ridiculous speed increase. So that's pretty good. And I forgot what I was saying about staying close to your carries and keeping them safe here. Which, by the way, he is not staying close to his carry, not too sure what the hell's going on. As we see a Necrolite mid here, he was just flashing on. This Kunkka is going to be going back. Looks like Scourge is going to be pushing him mid a little bit. Demon Witch should try to get his level up, because a level 16 Demon Witch is fairly dangerous here. And One really good thing in mid game is that you gotta check what your opponent is going item wise, because it's never a good idea to blink in against a storm spirit, thinking you're like a boss, and you blink in and you voodoo that guy, and his Lincoln charge just pops up, and you're like, oh fuck, and he just does this whole combo on you.